Hey there, and welcome to the Happy Wife Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Grimion, certified coach, podcaster, mom of 3, and happy wife of 19 years. I help busy women in their 40s get their spark back in their marriages without any effort from their husbands. If you're ready to get happy and get the love and connection back that you desire, then you're in the right place. Here, I'll share tips and strategies that helped me go from meh in my marriage to thriving and more connected than ever before. Are you ready, friend? Grab a LaCroix and let's get started. Welcome back to the show. I am so excited that you're joining me again this week here on the Happy Wife Mentor Podcast. I'm just feeling so grateful right now. I just got back from my first ever trip to Europe. My husband took me to Athens, Greece last week. He had a work trip over there, and I got to be his plus one. It was just so magical. I got to practice what I preach on this show, which is letting go of control. And I think I'm going to do a whole episode on that because there was just so much goodness and just a lot of learning that went on with this trip. Just kind of letting go of control and letting things happen and the cards fall as they would. Oh, it was such an amazing trip. And my husband planned it all and took care of everything, which is typically not the norm, hasn't been in the past, and I'm getting a lot better at. I think I'm going to do a whole show on that. But today, we are talking about how to feel more connected in your marriage. If you're feeling disconnected, then shifting this one thing or habit. And what we're going to talk about is shifting the habit of being helpful. I don't know about you, but as a strong, independent woman, I have a lot of great ideas. I got a lot of experience with different things. And aren't we supposed to be like our spouse's helpmate? I mean, that's what I always heard. Obviously, we all are influenced by the way we grow up and the environment and home that we grow up in. Mom did a lot for my dad and was always really helpful. So it's just ingrained in me to be a helpy helperton, as I would call it. But as it turns out, it does not get us the results that we want in our marriage like we think it's going to. As I've mentioned to you ladies before, helpful in wife language is actually controlling in husband language. The habit is being helpful, and it comes from a good place. If you resonate with this, you're not alone. But I want to tell you about how being helpful may be keeping you from the connection that you really desire in your marriage. And ways that we help our husbands look like this. Are you constantly reminding him of things? Hey, don't forget your appointment that you have next week. When was your cardiology appointment? Wasn't that like sometime this week or next week? Hey, did you text your mom back? I know she was asking about that thing that's coming up. Hey, you said you'd fix the faucet. It's still draining. Did you have a chance to call the plumber yet? Oh, our intent is to be supportive. We're very organized. We're women like me. We're planners. We just kind of have everything laid out. We've got a tight ship we're running, right? Our intent is just to help, but it comes across as like micromanaging or mothering. And ladies, our husbands are not attracted to their mothers. Newsflash, right? Honestly, it sends a signal to him that he's not capable. Like, we've got to mother him and remind him of these things or he is going to forget, which means that it comes across to them as a subtle criticism that they can't handle these things on our own. Other ways that we might be being helpful is to offer unsolicited advice. Have you ever said, well, what I think you should do is XYZ. Maybe it's something around his job or his career. Or, if it were me, I would. Well, when I've been in that situation, what I've done that really helps is those type of things. Again, our intent is to be helpful and for him to avoid mistakes. But what it comes across as, again, bossy, mothering, controlling, and again, that we don't trust him, that he's not capable of doing these things on his own. And when men start to feel that way, if we're doing this on a regular basis, which I'm sorry, but I know I was, and I didn't know it, then they start to pull away. And if you feel right now that there's any distance or lack of connection, or you just feel like something's just off, then this could be a major part of that. because it breaks the polarity. We've talked about that yin and that yang, the masculine and the feminine. And when we act and show up this way in our marriages, it just honestly pushes him away. And it pushes him away again because he feels incapable, he feels criticized. And honestly, it just starts to sound like a nag. When we were in Greece last week, we had a tour guide. My husband had set up a tour of the Acropolis with a local, and he actually was talking about his wife at one point, and he was referring to her nagging, oddly enough, as nya, 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 nya. And I was like, oh gosh, we definitely don't want to show up like that. And who wants to be perceived that way from their husband, right? I would encourage you to think about how you may be showing up this way, and let's make what I like to call the feminine shift. So when we make the feminine shift, what we do instead is we just practice. Number one, a lot of times it's just duct tape. It's just when we want to say the thing that we know is going to come across as mothering or helpful to us, but again, not helpful to them, we just put the duct tape on. We don't say it. We assume the best from our husband. We assume that he can take care of his own business. I mean, I don't think you would have married this guy if he wasn't amazing, right? He probably handles a lot at work. Then surely he can handle to get to his PCP or cardiology appointment, right? Without you reminding. And honestly, if he does forget and doesn't make it to the appointment, well, guess what? He can figure out how to reschedule that appointment and get it at a later date. That's not your responsibility. Why do we feel like we have to handle all of this stuff, And all of a sudden we wake up one day and we're burned out and we're exhausted and we realize, I just remember when it hit me, oh, I just don't have to worry about all of this. How would it be if I just kind of moved back over to my paper and worried about what I can control and what I want versus trying to handle all of this for him as well and remember these things and reminders and all of this. Let's just trust that he can do it. Let him lead in some of the smaller things. Let him figure it out. Also, he might do things and it may not be the way that you would do it, but it still gets done, right? I think we forget so often that men and women are different and we do things differently. So allowing him to take care of these things in his own way and not always having to be the helper is going to just really help to shift the energy in your marriage, and which is going to attract him back to you with that connection and that love that you're desiring, which is what we're all here for, right? Which is to magnetize our husbands to us because we want to be a happy wife and we want to have a long, successful, happy, loving marriage. I hope that this today gave you some things to think about. I know it really did for me. Again, if you're first hearing this, you might think wow, it might be a little bit of a shock to your brain. Wow, I've been mothering my husband or controlling him, and I really just thought I was helpful. Take a step back this week, maybe get your journal out and just think about a few things that you've maybe done recently that you really thought were just being helpful, right? I mean, what's wrong with that? But now you're hearing today that, oh, that could have come across to him as controlling or like I'm trying to be his mother. And again, no man is attracted to his mother. Maybe there is an opportunity for you to give an apology for being disrespectful, for doing that thing. I can tell you these apologies go so far and just kind of restoring the respect and love and intimacy in your marriage. It's not always easy, but it goes a long way to magnetize your husband closer to you. So I would love to hear from you. You can always email me at coaching@jennygrimion.com, or you can send me a DM on Instagram @JennyGrimion. I would love to hear, how are you using this information today in your marriage? How are you thinking about ways that you can let go of that helper mindset and mothering kind of tendency and just let him handle what's on his paper the way that he does it, knowing that it probably looks different than the way you do it because he's male and you're female. I hope this helped you today, and I cannot wait to see you right back here next week at the same time in the same place. If this helped you in any way, please share it with a friend. That really helps me to get this message about this podcast out to others. And also, as always, I would love to have you review the show. These 5-star reviews really help, again, to get the message out to more women that need to hear it. That would mean the world to me as well. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Hey girl, I hope this podcast episode blessed you today. If it helped you in any way, I would so appreciate it if you shared it with a friend. Sharing is caring, and it's the best way for you to support me in this work. I would also love to hear from you. You can DM me on Instagram at Jenny Grimion, and you can also join my free Facebook community at the Happy Wife Club with Jenny Grimion. So, go do something fun for yourself today, and I'll see you right back here next week.